Okay, welcome back to the Tuesday show. Let's talk now about something that happened today, which is the start of the fan poll to decide which Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3 players get into the Capcom Cup, which is December 14th in San Francisco. It's the same location as the Street Fighter 25th anniversary tournament about a year ago.
Yep.
Yeah.
And so, I saw that, and you get to vote for 3 people out of a possible...
A lot.
There's a lot of people in there, so what?
1,
4,
2,
5,
3,
6, 7,
4.
8, 9, 10. Like 45 people, I would say, about. Right? So 3 out of 45 people. And I'm actually not happy with just 3 people, because...
It's supposed to be an 8-person
Right.
thing.
It's an 8-man tournament. People are asking for the vote link.
Ah, let me give you the vote link.
Yeah,
Sure.
So you can go to Survey Monkey. It's a Survey Monkey link.
Doing, there it is.
There you go. But here's the thing.
The SurveyMonkey.com link.
Yeah.
SurveyMonkey.com.
You've heard of Survey Monkey before, right?
Only the best in surveys.
Okay.
I don't know. I haven't actually.
But here's the thing, right? 8 people. I feel like, I've always felt that there's 5 givens that should be in the tournament, right? Which was Justin, Chris G, Flocker, PR Rog, and why can't I name the last? But Filipino Champ, right? Those 5 I felt like were givens for the tournament, right? But here's the interesting thing: you only get to vote for 3 people, and there's a ton of people listed there. So what's going to happen is a lot of people are going to be like, you know what? Those 5 are probably a given. Let me vote for my favorite guys. And they're going to vote for those favorite guys. I guarantee you right now that if they go straight off the votes, that probably 2 or 3 of those 5 guys aren't going to make it there. Now, here's the thing, right? So, obviously, the Street Fighter 4 tournament, Cross Tekken tournaments were very, there's qualifiers and all this stuff like that. So, I felt like it was supposed to be the same kind of competitive atmosphere, like we want the best of the best kind of thing. But apparently this one is more of an exhibition kind of event, because even the trailer said, vote for who brings the hype.
Yeah, that's right. And on the survey itself, it says, who do you think brings the hype? You get 3 votes. So, and the theme, each of the events has a theme. The SFXT one was like online versus offline play.
Right.
I forget how they phrased it exactly, but it was something to that effect. And this one is hype. Who brings the most hype? Which kind of makes sense for a game like Marvel, but that is not necessarily what some of these people do, really. I personally really like watching more Doom, but I know that I'm in the minority on that.
Yeah,
I know people tend not to like that. Look, if you think watching Nemo is interesting, that dude has basic offense that's super good, but like basic offense or like basic defense that goes into the same combo every time.
Impact flames with the
It's
impact flames
super
with the
boring.
impact flames
Okay.
with the impact flames. Yeah.
So he's not hype, but if I were to have a team, a tournament of the best players, I'd probably want those 2 dudes in there. So it's a different thing that they seem to be looking for, not just the best.
So, that's interesting to me. I'm not sure what to make of it, to be honest with you. Like, I know, like, the strong players like Chris G and Justin and those guys aren't going to be happy about that, right?
Because, if they're not in there?
Yeah, because that's the thing, is they want to compete for the prize, right?
Sure.
But let's just say, due to craziness, all 5 of them don't make it, right?
Okay.
Like, how, all 5 of them will be sitting there watch all these other guys who they think that they could beat win this big prize money for a tournament. And, it's kind of frustrating for them. Now, of course, that only affects those 5 guys.
Yeah.
It doesn't affect anybody. So it affects
Sure.
like 0.00001% of the people will be angry about it. But
Right, and all these players are solid. It's not like if you end up with any random 8 among these players that you'll end up with guys who like drop combos and like play silly.
Yeah.
You're going to have good players.
And not only that, they might even be hungrier because everyone keeps accusing that the 5 players, if those guys make it all in, they're all going to split the pot anyway, right? So, if you bring in a lot of these other guys who haven't had their chance to shine yet, they probably wouldn't, they will probably play their hearts out to try to win that kind of prize money.
It's an interesting selection of players. Of course, they give you the opportunity to write in whoever you want. I know some people have taken advantage of that.
Yeah.
I know one guy who got votes, at least one vote, that you might not expect. It's you.
What?
Yeah.
Did you write me in or
No,
something like
I didn't.
that? Oh.
I didn't, but I heard about it.
What? Well, sure. Go ahead and write me in if you want. I would love to go in there and die quickly.
That'd be so embarrassing for me. If I were the guy who got thrown in there in that Shark's tank, oh man.
Dude, if they voted me in there, like, I'm not even kidding you, there will be no more UltraChens until December.
Oh, you would train up?
I would just play Marvel all day. Like, seriously, I would go out and find people and just play Marvel all day. I seriously
That would be pretty cool,
I
actually.
seriously would do that.
That would be pretty cool.
I may even have to drop Felicia. You never know, right?
Oh, you would play for real even?
Dude, I may have to.
Oh, let's not get your hopes up.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
So there's that option to write in. Among the players who they did pick, it's very U.S. heavy. There are some Canadians in there. There's a couple Japanese
Some
players.
players from Mexico as well.
Mexico
right?
is in there. France is in there. Brazil is in there. Chile is in there. There's a pretty good variety. Singapore is in there. Pretty good international variety. Hopefully, presumably, I suppose, Capcom would fly out whoever gets chosen. It would suck if it was like Shen versus, Nemo and like neither one could make it out or something.
Well, I mean, they did say that if they can't make it out, that they're just gonna keep going down the vote list. So
okay. I guess
basically,
that makes
like
sense.
number one they'll ask, and if he can't make it, then it goes to number two. Et cetera,
Sure. Okay.
et cetera, et cetera. So,
Okay. So some of the players, I knew, or I had at least seen in the past, but maybe didn't remember that well, so I looked some up. And some of the players were not in there, who are now in there. So Unknown and Neo were both not originally in this list. And predictably they were upset about it.
Right. Because they probably lost. There's no way to see the results right now, huh? Yeah, they don't have that in there. Because I could imagine right now that they probably got hurt a lot from a lot of the people voting early, right?
Yeah, that's very possible. In fact, on the Event Hubs, there's an Event Hubs post that has a similar kind of thing. It's not the official survey, but it has the same players. And you can kind of get an idea, maybe, if the same people who vote for the survey then vote on Event Hubs. So maybe get an idea. But
dude, don't put me in, guys. Seriously, don't do that. Yeah. It would be the worst thing ever. Yeah. As much of a funny joke as it might be, it would be a terrible, terrible thing to do.
So when I first started making my little list, I was trying to decide between the players that you mentioned at the start. Not Rog, because I thought he was retired from the game, but I guess not. Right. I guess he's not. So good luck to him. But I was deciding between Justin and Flocker and Chris G and Filipino Champ, and I didn't end up putting any of them in because then I reread it and it said pick the hypest. And look, Justin was still very much on my list for that. Same with Chris, because like I said, I like Moradu. Right. I think that's interesting. I like Dormammu. Filipino Champ is interesting. But my favorite thing about Marvel is the silliness. It's the silly factor. That's what I enjoy in the game.
Right.
So I picked silly stuff.
So who did you vote for?
I voted for, in at least one of the occasions, I voted for Abigail because...
Why, what do you ever mean, David? Anyway,
don't worry about it, James.
Yeah, okay.
The one that's currently on my screen says that I voted for Abigail because I think he's silly.
She-Hulk, come on, right?
I think She-Hulk is pretty silly and people get hit by it all the time. Legit, his Tron is super awesome to watch. I always really enjoy that, and I also voted for Zach Bennett because I want to see somebody get hit by one capture from Firebrand and then lose their whole team. I think that'd be funny. It's kind of silly, it's stupid. Hard tags into Doom and whatever craziness and X Factor.
Right.
I don't know what happens there. And then I voted for KBR.
Okay. Cool,
because he goes like this a lot, and he has some spinny around and quite a bit, and then there's oh, and then there's oh no,
and his characters have a lot of life, so that's perfect for, Zach Bennett to hit and take a really long time to kill.
Yeah.
With snaps.
Well, luckily he has the Sentinel, so not quite as free on his team actually as it is on some as far as incoming mix-ups go. But yeah, I want to see people go like this and woo! No, like that's what I voted for in this vote. What about you?
I wanted to support SoCal. I wanted to support our guys.
I can see that.
I really wanted to support our guys, right?
I can see that.
So, dude, nobody gets me more hyped than Clockwork. Like, straight up, nobody gets me more hyped. Now, he didn't do as well in Shadowloo Showdown as we hoped or whatever like that, but, dude, Clockwork is my boy. I gotta support him. Nobody makes me more hyped than him, so I picked him, right? Second person that I picked, also from SoCal, was Killer Kai. Because he's good, and he deserves it. He's been he's so hungry.
That's true.
He's super strong. So I really wanted to get him in there. And actually the last person is not from SoCal, but dude, come on. I have to support Shumagorath, dude.
Oh, okay.
So I voted for Angelic. I got Angelic in there because I just want to see some Shuma domination.
Man, if only Neo decided not to join the NorCal team rather than, he used to be on Team SoCal.
Yeah.
He might have a vote from James Chen right now
exactly,
if that were the case,
dude,
but he gave it up.
But too bad. So he decided to switch sides. Yeah.
Okay. Now those votes aside, I would be very happy to see almost any of these people in there. I think some of the choices are a little strange if they're interested in hype. Like I said at the start, because some people play teams that are not designed for hype at all. They're designed for efficient kills.
Yeah.
And that is not interesting to a lot of people, whether it's for just the combo factor that I talked about with Nemo, or whether it's the fact that they play all top tiers, or whether it's the fact that, like Chris's team, there's a lot of stuff on the screen all the time. Mm-hmm. I mean, some people don't like that stuff.
Right.
So I feel like did they want you to pick the best characters or the best players after all? I'm confused.
So here's the interesting thing, right? I mean, they say who gets you the most hype, right? But let's face it, nothing is more hype than watching the highest level players play a game. Despite if it's like, I mean, the reason why Justin's victory versus Chris G and Evo was so hype was because we got to see him defeat that, right? Yeah. Not a lot of people are going to be able to pull that off against Chris G. But when you put Chris G in a room with 7 other people who can have that potential, I mean, when we were watching, I was watching versus Mayhem, I was watching the run back and stuff like that. Chris G, I mean, he won. He obviously bodied everybody, but there was a lot of really close matches that he had. And I thought it was super exciting when you see that kind of situation, right? And I don't know, like you said, I can get hype watching Morrigan Doom.
Yeah.
Because it's very interesting to watch how someone breaks that.
Dude, and personally speaking, I think it's super cool to see Morrigan expect that you're going to take some air action and then throw a fireball in a certain way and dash up and be like, here's my combo from 3/4 screen.
Right,
I think that's cool.
Yeah, but so I don't know. Like they're trying to create a hype event for Marvel in the same event that they had qualifiers for Street Fighter 4 and these really great players for Cross Tekken.
Yeah.
I mean, we can talk about this 2 of the qualifiers, right? Where Seth LOLOL, which I'm super happy about because I felt like he should have been there in the first place because he did so well last year at Canada at Capcom 25th.
Yep.
And then Ramos got in there. I don't know much about Ramos, but I mean, when I saw the results, I saw a lot of people saying he definitely deserved the spot. So
yeah, that was I saw that. I saw a little bit of that top 8. I didn't see any of the other top 8. They were both pretty cool. Zeus, I heard that Zeus was oh man, who did I hear it was? Buckethead, the Texas Marvel player.
Yeah, the Iron Man guy, right? Yeah.
No, the Morgan or the Zero Morgan Doom.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, I was really surprised to hear that, but yeah, Ramos won.
I didn't say Ramos is the non-gem user.
Yeah, he didn't use gems.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah, I didn't see the grand finals. I was only there for a little bit of the top 8. It was an interesting couple of matches that I saw. Mm-hmm. But yeah, so anyway, there was a tournament.
Yeah,
right, for
exactly.
both of these, so, and 2 players who are good. I mean, like they're good players.
Right.
Won it. So you know you're not going to be getting some fluke out of this.
So you're getting these quality matches here, and then Marvel is going to be entertainment Like, I don't know. There's something about that I feel like Marvel's kind of getting a short end of the stick a little bit, like, hey, let's not take this game as seriously. I don't know. That's why I was kind of, but, a lot of people pointed out to me on Twitter, because I was ranting about this on Twitter all day today. A lot of people pointed out this is more like an all-star game, right? So, all-star game, like, for example, NBA, right? Jeremy Lin's probably going to get voted into the all-star game because you have the entirety of China voting for him. He's definitely not, like, he doesn't deserve to get in there, but, that's just the way all-star games work a lot of the times, right? So, I mean, if that's what they want, if that's what they're hoping for Marvel, then, I'll go with that then. So I voted for people that I would like to see in there. So
I did the same thing. So, but I wish that I had more votes, because I want to make sure. It would suck if the players that we talked about at the start weren't in there. I just think that would be too bad. So I wish that I had a few more votes to throw in. I think that 3 is too few for an 8-person tournament. 8 is, I think, too many. I would have liked it if it were 6 or 5, something that I could, make sure that I pared it down to the people I wanted most, but at the same time didn't have to cut out people who I think really should be there.
Because honestly, like, the fact that I could not vote for someone like Justin Wong, that I did not vote for someone like Justin yet, that, it hurts me, because I feel like he deserves to be there, right? So Justin, Pierre Rog, I want to see there. I want to see Champ. I want to see Chris G. I want to see Flocker in there, because, like I said, they're the best. And to me, the most interesting is to watch the best play.
Okay. Well, I posted the link to that a little bit earlier. I'll post it again. I'll try to post this link as well on the YouTube video. Please bug me if you're watching this on YouTube and it's not up there. So, okay. You want to take a little break? We'll come back for a little bit more in a bit.
Sure thing.
See you soon.